you look at Aiden Hutchinson, and this guy could be every bit of Aiden Hutchinson. He could be better than Aiden Hutchinson.
That's an elite edge rusher. You just got at pick 46? Are you kidding me? That is one of the top 5 pass rushers in the draft, easily. Out of all the positions, what's the one where you can look at and say, damn, he comes off the screen right away? It's typically wide receiver and edge.
Yep.
And the line's got both of them.
Of all the rookies that we have now, that we drafted, who are you most excited to see play?
Jameson Williams.
Okay.
The impact he can make for the offense, if he is that good and he can do what he did in college and open up the top of every defense that you go up against, that guy right there, that changes everything. Obviously, probably the easy answer, Aiden Hutchinson. Fun fact about Aiden Hutchinson, the last 2 defensive players drafted at number 2 overall, Chase Young and Nick Bosa, both won Defensive Rookie of the Year. So if you want to place a bet right now on Aiden winning Defensive Player of the Year, or Defensive Rookie of the Year, excuse me, there it is.
Whoa. We can't make bold claims like that. You know, you might get attacked.
Why?
BDE, you can't make claims like that on Hutchinson. People might come
Dave
for
Portnoy.
you.
Dave Portnoy is going to come for you.
Yeah, he's
How
gonna
dare
come
you
for
put
you.
expectations on the number 2 overall pick?
Yeah.
Suck my nuts. Say whatever I want.
So you're going with Jameson
Williams.
Yeah.
I think he could be so explosive, right? I mean, out of all the positions in the NFL, what's the one where you can look at and say, damn, he comes off the screen right away? It's typically wide receiver and edge.
Yep.
And the line's got both of them.
Yeah, they got the best at both position in this draft. Jameson Williams, you can't argue with it just because of what he can do for the offense. Not only blowing the lid off the defense, making the safeties play back. You know, now play action comes into it because we actually have a running game with an offensive line now. But it's getting him involved on those little slip screens. It's getting him involved on those crossing patterns. I mean, Braylon broke down his tape from college a couple weeks ago, and watching this guy just run away from Georgia defenders, SEC defenders, and he just ran away from them like they were little league football kids for the Walled Lake Braves where I used to play. It's just amazing what that kid can bring, and just the dynamic, what he can change. When you have speed like that, you look at the Tyreek Hills of the world, you look at the Deebo Samuels of the world, just get these guys balls in space and let them go to work. And it really provides a safety net for Jared Goff. It gives your offensive coordinator a lot to work with, and it just alleviates everything. A lot of pressure on the offense. The only thing with Jameson Williams, we may not see him till week 8, which I don't care. Be
He's
patient.
ahead of schedule.
Be patient. That's fine. If he's ahead of schedule, still hold his ass out.
I think week 4 is the latest I could envision him being sat out. Yeah, he'd miss maybe the first 4 games. I don't see it needing longer than that, especially given what his doctor has shared, what he's shared. He's already running. He's looking good. I would say early to mid-October.
Okay. So when I looked at this, I kind of thought the first-round picks were a given, right? Hutchinson and Williams.
Yep.
The
Outside of
second-round
that,
pick, Paschal. That's a guy I'm really excited about. And if you go back and watch the Day 2 draft show that we were doing here with Scott Bischoff, when they drafted him, I kind of had like this, I don't really know much about this guy. Like, this pick's kind of weird to me. They just addressed defensive end. Why would they double down in the second round? But you look at this guy, if it wasn't 100% clear before, this is Broke Strike tweeting this. Picking Josh Paschal makes 100% clear. Brad Holmes wants freaks, leaders, guys with great analytics. The new Lions regime is not SOL, not the same Lions. And I agree with that because, like I said, I didn't know much about him when we drafted him. I mean,
that was my guy.
He didn't go to a top-end school. He's playing in the SEC. He's buried amongst a bunch of big-time players.
Let me tell you. You want to hear some fun facts?
I was going to lift off some fun facts.
Go for it then. Go for it.
I mean, I could do that, and then you could give me your fun facts because this guy is a freak. And you look at Aiden Hutchinson, and this guy could be every bit of Aiden Hutchinson. And I don't want to make a bold proclamation. He could be better than Aiden Hutchinson just because you saw what happened to Aiden Hutchinson when he went up against an SEC line. This guy lived against SEC linemen. And you look at his RAS rating, which is relative athletic score, 9.7. Off the charts. He's got great speed, elite explosion when it comes to that RAS. His vertical was 37.5, so he's got that athletic ability. And PFF has him rated as a 90, and he was the number 1 rated SEC defensive lineman at a 90 through PFF. And like I said, if you're going up against SEC offensive
Wait,
linemen,
who came out of the SEC? Number 1 overall?
Walker.
Trayvon Walker.
Yeah.
Wait, what? He wasn't the number 1 rated?
Right.
Did you know that Josh
Thank you,
Pascal-
Jack. By the way, thank you, Jacksonville.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Jacksonville. Shout out to Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Dumbass.
Yeah. Josh Pascal, by the way, went to Kentucky, which is a basketball school, let's be honest.
Yeah.
And he was part of their climb into having the successful season they had. They were a damn good team. They played Georgia very well. I would say the first 2.5 quarters before the game just got out of control. And he was a big reason why. That's an elite edge rusher. They just got at pick 46? Are you kidding me? That is one of the top 5 pass rushers in the draft, easily. Depends who you ask. This is a guy that in college, again, produced, like you said, Stick, in the SEC for Kentucky, going against Bama linemen, LSU, Georgia. Do I have to continue?
Well, and not only that, you're looking at Kentucky, and it's not like they have any other players that are being targeted. So this guy's going to get double teamed. He's going to get triple teamed. They're going to slide the offensive line to protect against him. Like everything you gave Aiden Hutchinson the benefit of the doubt for. Oh, he was double teamed a lot. That may be why he didn't make the play. Or Ajabo was only successful because of the attention paid to Hutchinson. This dude was getting all that attention by better offensive linemen and still dominating.
You know what's funny? I was told that because they extended Charles Harris for 2 years, they weren't going to take an edge rusher or 2. That's the kind of fans we have in this town. Unbelievable. So uneducated. Have no idea what the hell they're talking about. Unbelievable. I can't Stick the stuff I deal with in the morning. You have no idea. You have no idea. It's unbelievable. Brad Holmes told you everything about, and you know what you said? You agreed about the Lions not being same old Lions.
Yep.
I would agree from a front office standpoint. I'll tell you why. Has Brad Holmes signed any player outside of Jamal Williams to a multi-year deal?
Nope, and I love that.
In free agency.
Taking care of that salary cap's important.
He's addressed the salary cap.
Yep.
Boom. The Lions' salary cap for the next 3 years looking really nice right now. All right, moving forward. Yes, you have Jared Goff on a $30 million contract. Who cares? You can walk away from him at this point at any time after the season ends and save $25 million on the cap. Moving off of that as well. The Lions have now addressed last year the offensive line, 2 interior linemen, got a steal in the 4th round with Amon-Ra St. Brown. Fast forward to this year, Brad Holmes with his first 3 picks, 2 edge rushers, wide receiver. Both are, I would say, top 4 in terms of most important positions in football. Yeah. Quarterback, wide receiver, offensive lineman, defensive lineman.
Pressure
and
the
he
quarterback.
addressed both of them with the first 3 picks. And then he goes out and gets a safety that everybody wanted. And then he goes out, oh my goodness, this guy knows what he's doing. That's a legitimate GM. That's a legitimate franchise front office operating with actual draft capital, by the way. When did the Lions ever have draft capital?
No, we were talking about that draft night. I can't remember in my lifetime the Lions ever trading up to go get their guy. Trading up that high. I think they traded up to get Javid Best, but that was only a couple spots, right? We've never taken the leap from 32 to 12 to go get our top guy that we want in the, like, I've never seen this aggressiveness.
Matthew Stafford trade looks really good right now, by the way.
It was fantastic.
2 first-round picks.
Yeah.
2 first-round. Oh, by the way, Detroit. Oh, Stick, I might have dementia.
Nope.
Did I forget? Do the Lions have a first-round pick next year?
2.
Oh, my goodness, that's right.
And the Rams have the toughest schedule now, too.
God. Oh, man, that Matthew Stafford trade. Again, both teams won that trade.
Yeah.
Both teams won that trade.
Which
I
is
said
rare.
it before the goddamn season started. Both teams won that trade because one team could now compete for a championship, which is what they wanted to do. They won the trade. And the other team just got 2 first-round picks to take on, I would say, an average quarterback that you can bridge until you decide who your future quarterback is. Brad Holmes has options. And when you're a front office that can operate in this into this capacity, you get the head coach right. You don't even need to get the quarterback right. You can win with a great head coach and a great GM. Oh, my goodness. Sign me up.
I just love what it did to our defense with just this simple draft because obviously defense was a major issue last year. You looked at the offensive side of the ball and it kind of took care of itself going into this season. You knew your offensive line, when healthy, is going to be a top 5 offensive line. It's a show-me year for TJ Hawkinson. You knew you needed to address the wide receivers, which you did with DJ Chark before the draft. But the defensive side of the ball, the fact that we're going to be able to sit there and watch these guys on Sunday, and these 2 bookend defensive ends could possibly be set it and forget it for the next 10 years, and both of them absolutely elite, one just underrated because he went to Kentucky. I love it. And this, to me, how do you make your secondary better? Well, he put pressure on the quarterback.
Yep.
And so you're taking care of two positions by
Like when me
drafting
and
those
Stick
defensive
agree.
end. You're taking care of two positions. The cornerbacks don't have to cover as long, so they don't have to be as good. And now it just takes care of itself. We're building the team the right
offer
way.
some peace of mind for Lions fans. Since the year 2000, including Aiden Hutchinson, now 7 defensive line players have been taken second overall. Julius Peppers, I think his career worked out, right?
Yeah.
well.
Pretty damn good Hall of Famer, in my opinion. Chris Long, not the most fantastic career. I believe 70 career sacks, but for a few years was very good, but not ideal at number 2. But hey, if the floor is 70 career sacks, that's not a complete bust. It's not ideal at number 2. I would say it's a failure, but okay. Chris Long, 1. Chase Young, Ndamukong Suh, Nick Bosa, Von Miller. All hits.
Yeah.
All hits. Now Aiden Hutchinson. You're basically, what I just told you is your floor for Aiden Hutchinson is 70 sacks, and his ceiling is 170. Enjoy that.